top of the morning. You just tuned into another episode of A Minute with Myles, where we focus on positivity, progress, and power. Today, I'm going to be talking about weathering the storm. Now, if anybody that's a Christian or a believer of God, one of the subjects that most pastors constantly go over is a storm. The term storm in these instances are generally used figuratively, not necessarily talking about bad weather per se, but it's used more so to quantify and demonstrate the similarities between rough weather and a rough patch of time in a person's life. The thing that a lot of pastors have said, and what I myself have even seen to be true, is that the positive thing about a storm is it lets you know that you're on the way to something great. As I think back, anytime that I've reached any plateau of success or achievement in my life that was monumental to me, there was always a pretty bad time that preceded it. I wanted a Porsche truck bad, real bad. Back in 2000 and it was like 2013 or something. And I was doing bad at the time. So I tell y'all how I used to do crime and be involved with a bunch of illegal shit. One of my sources of income came to an abrupt halt, but I'm still wanting this Porsche bad. So here I am with this Porsche that I want as my screensaver on my phone. And I have virtually no money. I have like limited everything. Everything's fucked up right now. So I dove off into another crime just to sustain until my other venture would get back rolling. While I'm doing this, I'm thinking the first venture that had came to a halt, like I need to figure out a different, better way to do this. So to make a long story short, when my initial stream of income came back into play, I started doing it differently. We was activated, we was motivated, we stacked stupid, and 46 days later, not only did I purchase the Porsche that I wanted cash, I was able to purchase my female confidant, Alexis, cash as well. If you know me, you know this story. Another time, years ago, I've been interested in real estate for a long time, and I was fortunate enough to purchase my first condo years ago in Dallas. The deal went through, but there was some extra things that happened outside of the actual purchase of the property that led it to no longer being mine. But anyway, it was a goal of mine, and I wanted it. I really wanted it. Stacked up the money, moved from where I was living at in California, and then me and this same girl jumped on a plane and went out the way to go buy this condo. It wasn't as smooth as, I'm explaining it right now. Prior to us actually going out there to get the condo, we came across a whole bunch of set of problems as well. At the time, I was driving with no license, and I was doing some illegal stuff, and I was in a place that was known for crime. So I got my car towed, and we didn't have a vehicle at the time, so it was a struggle and strain in that aspect. Money wasn't coming how we wanted it to be coming, but we got through and we sacrificed and we made it happen. Now I could go on for a long time about these stories and instances to where I was trying to achieve success and the devil tried to stop me, as I'm sure he's tried to stop many of y'all. The devil uses tricks to try to distract you or to throw you off your path. And even though God is the Almighty God and he has control over the outcome of any and every situation, he allows the devil to shoot his shot just because he want to see how bad do you actually want what you say that you want. It's hard, it's tough, it's embarrassing to know that you're trying to do something and you're trying to do it for the right reasons, and you get, pushed back. And a lot of people would just rather never get up than to take the risk of falling. If you here watching this channel, I will hope you ain't one of those people, because I want you to know, brother and sister, on the opposite side of the difficulty, on the opposite side of the pain, on the opposite side of the tears, on the opposite side of the feeling alone and fucked up and hurt and all that shit, that's where the championship ring at. God or whoever or whatever it is that you pray to is simply trying to see, are you going to weather the storm? Anyone that has achieved a massive amount of success has had to weather a storm or many. Everybody on earth want a Tesla now. It's the coolest, hottest new thing, right? Elon Musk was ridiculed and talked about just for having an idea that other people weren't able to visualize like he could. Steve Harvey was doing bad before he came up. Tyler Perry almost worked at AT&T instead of pursuing the dream of what he did. It's tough, it's rocky, it's hard, it's rough. But get through that shit. You can do that shit. If don't nobody believe in you, I do. This is A Minute with Myles. We focus on positivity, progress, and power.